Hey guys, welcome back to Keeping Up with Kaylee, and today we're gonna keep up with how I did my bridal makeup. I know, I'm crazy, I decided to do my own, but I know my face and I practice so I can make it look exactly how I wanted, and I was so thrilled with how it turned out, and I was even more excited that you guys wanted to see. On Instagram, I asked you guys if you wanted to see a bridal breakdown, and it was almost 100%, so it was really exciting for me that you guys were really interested in seeing how I did my makeup. So I thought I would break it down on here. I'm going to talk a little bit about my skincare before the wedding, during the wedding, and then what products I use. I will leave everything down below. I may be a little repetitive, you know, talking about the things that I got, but that's okay because I want you guys to know exactly what I did, the techniques I used, the brushes I used, etc, etc, etc. So I'm Miss Davis now, and here's my wedding makeup look. So first things first is skincare. Skincare is so important leading up to your wedding. I would suggest for you to go to Sephora and play around, get samples, try out all the products so that you know if your skin's gonna have a bad reaction to a certain product. It's very, very crucial that you figure that out way before your wedding day, wedding week, or wedding month. You don't want to have any problem areas. That is not fun. So what I went with for my skincare is the Fresh skincare line, and I know that this stuff works wonders for my skin. I don't get any irritations, and I have dry to normal skin, and this stuff really just, it works for me. I love it, I love it, I love it. But if you have oily skin, you know, you gotta make sure that you're going out there and you're checking the products for that kind of skin type, because different products work for different skin types. So I went with the Soy Fresh Cleanser. This stuff smells great, it feels great, it gets off your makeup. I really didn't wear any makeup. I try not to the whole month of my wedding month because I just know that it clogs my pores. It's just not a cute look. And then I went with the Rose Deep Hydrating Spatial Toner. This stuff smells amazing, and I didn't really think toners were a thing, like that they actually worked. And then I did my research, and it works. It gets all of that excess dirt off your skin, and I love it. Then I went with the Deep Rose Hydrating Moisturizer, and this stuff really seeped into my skin. My skin just drank it up. It made my skin nice and plump for that whole week of my wedding. But on my wedding day, I used a different kind of moisturizer. So for wedding day, I vlogged this, but my vlog footage got corrupt. I'm hoping that someone can fix it on Tuesday. We'll see. If not, then I have no wedding vlog footage, and you're just gonna have to wait till my videographers come out with their more of like a music video type of vlog, which I'll definitely put on my YouTube. So I went with these Skin Iceland Hydro Cool Firming Eye Gels, and I put those on the morning of, the moment I woke up. I put them right under my eyes, and they just give your eyes this nice cooling feeling because I didn't want any puffiness, no darkness under my eyes. So I put those on, and they sat for about like 2 hours before I did my own makeup. Then I took them off, and I went in with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Moisturizer. If you're oily, do not use this product. But since I'm not oily, I loved how this looked on my skin. It's very expensive, so budget-friendly Kaylee went over to Sephora and said, could I have a sample of this? And you don't need more than a sample on your wedding day. And I got it, and we're gonna put it on. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna do a voiceover of my bridal makeup breakdown because that is just easier for me than talking and then looking crazy. So let's get into the voiceover, and you get to see how I do my wedding makeup. I put my moisturizer on, and a little goes a long way. I just love how dewy and radiant this makes my skin look. I also forgot to put on my under eye moisturizer, so I just kind of dragged that down underneath, and it worked just as fine. Then I went in with my jade roller, and I just kind of pushed that product back into my skin some more. I also just really love how this feels on my skin, so I did that. Afterwards, I went in with 3 different primers. I know, a little excessive, but hey, it worked for me. I started off with my Tatcha primer, which I really, really love. I got a small size because it is very expensive, and I just put it where my pores are more prominent, and I just kind of went back and forth into my skin to blend it really into the skin right there because it can get a little hard to blend those pores, so I just pushed. Then I used my Becca Purple Primer. I will put the actual name down below. And I really, really like how this adds an extra radiance to my skin on top of that dewy moisturizer. Some people don't believe in primers, and that's totally fine. But for me, I really feel like it grabs my makeup and lets it stay for a really long time. Some people just think it's a money suck, but whatever. I love this primer. This is the Becca Skin Love Primer, and you can feel how creamy and dreamy it is on your skin, and it definitely is going to smooth out those pores with the way that the texture feels. I really like this stuff, and I know that it's probably excessive putting it on top of the Tatcha, which beauty gurus may say that it's a no-no, but for me, it's a go-go, and I really liked how it looked on the finished product. But I just blend that back into my skin, push it in as well, because that's very important to push it in. Also, do not forget to prime those eyelids or the eyeshadow is not going to stay all day long and it's going to crease, which you don't want because it doesn't look cute in pics. So I put on the Fenty Beauty Eye Primer. I really like this. Usually I just use a concealer for my eye primer, but I really wanted to make sure that there was going to be no creases, and this stuff so far has been working for me. Okay, so now for foundation. Foundation is what really transforms your skin, and I went with the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Took me a while to figure out what I wanted, but I went with the warm beige, which was in the big bottle, and then I had to mix it in and get a sample with some light beige because it was looking a little too orangey for this self-tanner that I used. I used Loving Tan, if you're wondering. So I went in with my Real Technique sponge, which is amazing. I'm sorry, Beauty Blender, but this is much cheaper and it works just as well. So I really focused on pushing in that product into my skin and making sure it hit every single corner because I didn't tan my face, so I really did not want to miss any spot to make it look obvious that I was self-tanning myself. Right now my self-tanner is really faded, so ignore that. Then I went in with my Too Faced Born This Way concealer, and I put that in, kind of like the triangle around your eyes, and I brought it up along my nose, on my forehead, and my chin. I know, I look real cute. Thank you very much. I used a sponge to push in my concealer. I made sure to get the inner corner of my eyes. It's very important. You don't want dark inner corner eyes. I don't like the way that ever looks. And then I used, just the rest of my sponge to push it in, keep pushing it in. I did this for about 15 minutes. I really took the time to blend in my foundation and my concealer. Why not double up? Because I've been double up everything. I used my Tarte Shape Tape. I love the formula, and it added this really nice extra brightness to my concealer, so I'm glad I did that. Time to bake and set. I used the tried and true Laura Mercier translucent powder. I used the flat end of my Real Technique sponge and I pushed in that powder, and I doubled up also on this because I really wanted to bake while I was going to do my eyeshadow. So I just kept going in. I put it on my chin. You usually put it wherever you conceal, and also wherever you get greasy. I don't get that greasy, so I just put it where I concealed and made sure that it was nice and set. Now for my eyeshadow palette. This really transformed my makeup look. I was really nervous about eyeshadow because it's a big deal and it's hard to nail what you want. But first I went in with my Hoola bronzer and I used that as my crease transition. So I just, I'm going to use it as my bronzer as well. So it's a nice little tie-in to make everything look cohesive. So I used it in my crease. Then I used Nude Goals, which is this really light pink color, and it just looks beautiful. I used a flat brush and I just pushed that all over my lid, and I made sure to just angle it in a way that kind of made like a semicircle. Don't worry if it seems too light right now, that's totally fine. We're just building right now. So we're going to go back in later after everything is kind of finished, and we're going to go back on top of the other colors and make sure that that light pink pops. So we're going to go in with Cleavage, which is this nice brownish purple color that I really was drawn to in a lot of the Pinterest photos that I was looking at. And this palette just has everything. So I also pop that into my crease and I really blend it with a small pointed blending brush. You just blend away. It's going to look great. You just got to keep going. Trust me. So the next color is called Less is More. And in this case, less isn't more because I wanted my eyes to make a statement, so more is more for this eye look, and I really like this color because it blended in nicely with that Hoola bronzer that I used before. And I just keep blending, you guys. Just blend because it will make a difference. It's going to take some time, but it is worth it. You're then going to go in with the Less is More on a flat brush and put it underneath your eyes to make that cohesive look pop. I used Sexpert and Risky Biz. I just popped that both at the same time on my really pointed eyeshadow brush, and I focused that in the outer corner of my eyelid, and then I started pushing it inwards. So as you see, I focused more on the outer, and then I kept pushing and pushing inwards. That was repetitive, but I'm telling you, all of this stuff is repetitive, and you gotta make sure you remember it because all these little things do make a difference to make your eye really look nice and blended. Now that I got most of the dark eyeshadow on my eyelids, I wanted to wipe off that the baking powder or translucent powder that I used, and to just make sure that it didn't dry out my skin too much because it can tend to do that if you leave it on for too long. I went back in with my Nude Goals, and like I said, you guys, we're just going to keep popping that back on top because look how much brighter it's getting. So you keep going, and then you blend it in the middle so that the brown, it's almost like it fades into the darker colors. I went in with the shade Heaven, which is this like really nice white pigmented shadow, and I put it in the inner corner of my eyes, which makes my eyes pop. And I also put that underneath where my brow bone is, and I just like to pop it in there, and it kind of blends in the other shadows as well. Oh boy, okay, time for brows. Brows really intimidate me. I don't know why, but every time I do them, they just always look different, and somehow I nailed it for the wedding. It took a lot of time, a lot of dedication. But I do really like this Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz Pencil. I think it allows you to draw on your eyebrows a little bit better than that small pointy one that I usually go for. I love the way there arches on my eyebrow. I just want to make that more of a prominence. So I like the way it just draws on. And then I push the product up more towards the front of my eyebrow. And then when I go in with the brow gel, it will actually structure it more. But for now, I'll just use this for the other side of my eyebrow and shape it as well. So I used the Benefit Eyebrow Gel, and I really like this. This is in the shade, I believe, number 2, and it's a little bit lighter, which gives my eyebrows more dimension. And like I said, it gives your eyebrows a little more structure, and they stay in place. The caterpillars are done. Now time for a bronzing and contouring. I go in with the Hoola bronzer, but then literally I did this on my wedding day. I realized, oh shoot, I didn't cream contour. So I went in with the KKW Beauty contour stick, and I just contoured, the sides of my face, a little bit on my temples, and then I wanted to make a nice strong looking jawline, so I did that there as well. Also, I put a little at the tip of my nose. I ended up not contouring the sides of my nose because I think that's what's making my nose look very bumpy and long, and I already have a bumpy long nose, so I don't need to accentuate that. So I skipped that part of my routine, which I usually always do, and I'm kind of liking just concealer on top of my nose. Now to set my cream contour, I went in with my Becca bronzer, and I really pushed that product in to make sure that the cream contour didn't glide and slide. The next product I'm super excited to talk about, it's the KKW Beauty Brightening Powder in number 1, and look how much brighter my face looks when you push this product in on top of your concealer. I just think it really makes a difference, and it makes your whole wedding look come together. I love this product. Now I go in with my Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist, and I just set the powders that I had just put on my face to make them really go into my skin and blend together. Time to highlight, baby, because I love a good looking highlighter. And then when you put it on top of that dewy skin mist, it really pigments your highlight. I used the KKW Beauty Forever highlighter, which was in her bridal collection, and it is stunning. It is exactly what I wanted because it has a champagne undertone, which was the underlying of my dress fabric, which was beautiful. Now for blush. Blush it up. I love blush, and that's the first thing to go on your makeup, so if you add too much blush, it's okay. I used the Charlotte Tilbury blush in Ecstasy, and I did the swish and pop like she says. Yikes, I need to use a purple shampoo. My hair is looking coppery. Anyways, I thought the Charlotte Tilbury was a really nice bridal pink, but I wanted to add a pop of peachiness so that Milani Luminoso blush was perfect to add on top of it. Then I went in with the Laura Mercier pressed powder, which is like the skin perfector powder that I found. It is really nice as well. And then I wanted to add an extra highlight, so I went with the Charlotte Tilbury liquid highlighter to just add an extra glow. I went in with the NYX, NYX, however you want to say it, white eyeliner. I really think that when I put white eyeliner under my eyes, it does make my eyes pop more. If I use black eyeliner, it just makes my eyes look more squinty and smaller. There's a time and place for that, but not for this. Then I went in with my Too Faced waterproof mascara. Brides, you need waterproof mascara. Whether you believe it or not, you're going to be crying. If you don't cry, wow, more power to you, because, you know, it hits you when you don't even expect it. So I made sure that I doubled up on that before I went ahead and put on my fake lashes. And yeah, time for the lashes. Lashes made a huge difference in how my whole look turned out. Make sure you get the Duo Lash brush because it's going to make a huge difference. It's easier to put on your lashes, and then if your eyelashes tend to come off a little bit throughout the night, you can just go right in there with the brush. It's just so much easier. And I actually had someone help me put my eyelashes on. I am not good with eyelashes. Everything else I can do, but eyelashes are a no-no. So shout out to Alexandra. She really helped me out. I'm struggling in this vid because I don't have my tweezers. It's not cute. I don't know how I got them on, but I went over the top with these House of Lash eyelashes. They are Amelia, and they really made a difference. Look how pretty they are. They make your photos really pop, and I'm so glad I went with them. They seem dramatic, and they are dramatic, but it makes a difference. Now I went in with my Sex Kitten eyeliner, and I did black eyeliner on the top just to make sure that I got that eyelash band kind of covered up. I didn't want too much of a wing, so I just added a tiny wing on the end. Okay, and now it's time for my lip look, which I was very excited about because I just felt like this is exactly what I wanted, and it took me a while to figure out. So I went in with the NYX lip liner in Natural Beige, and I overlined the bottom, but I didn't overline the top. When you overline the top, it can look a little crazy, but I do want my lips to look fuller. So I went in with that, and then my lipstick is the MAC Cosmetics and Creme de Nude, which is this really beautiful nudie light pink color, and it's very on the nude side, I feel like, so I wanted to make sure that I got that pop of bridal pink on my lips, so I used my KKW Beauty lip gloss in Soulmate, and she couldn't have come out with a better time to release her bridal collection because look how stunning this color looks on my lips. Bam. What? I thought it was so pretty and just tied everything in together. Now to finish off, I use my Urban Decay setting spray because I want it to last all night long while I'm dancing, while I'm going in the photo booth, while I'm making a s'more, and that's it, you guys. That is the look. Okay, so what do you think? What do you think? Do you like what you see? Let me know. I love you, Stormy. Stormy and I didn't really get to see each other at the wedding. Girl, you can't lick off all my makeup. So I just wanted to get her in this video because we didn't really get any pictures or anything together except for one, but it wasn't that great. So this is what your mom looked like. I know you were preoccupied, but just wanted to get her pretty face in there. And I'm so excited that you guys actually really enjoyed my makeup look. I know some people wrote me really nice compliments on Instagram, and they just wanted to know how I did my makeup and what I used. So I really wanted to just get this video out there, and it's so cool that you guys, you know, I worked really hard on what my look was gonna be. Girl, chill. It would be amazing if you guys recreated this look for your own wedding day. If not, I hope you got some inspiration, some tips and techniques that you could use in your everyday makeup, or if you are doing your own makeup for a certain event that you can use then. So I am definitely gonna have a few more bridal videos coming up, a little more wedding stuff. I'm just not ready to let it go. I hope that you subscribe and like this video if you want to see more makeup videos like this, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye guys, thanks for keeping up.